Hello. Today I wanted to talk about a topic that I feel like I know very well and have some experience in, and I could just talk about forever. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Clarissa and I'm a 23-year-old living in New York City. This is the Goku matcha from Matchaful, and it is the creamiest matcha powder I've ever had. I love this so much. This is seasonal and it's really good. It is on the pricier side, but I love this and would buy this year round. I want to talk about being alone versus feeling lonely, which I feel like is a very big theme in your 20s, because I feel like it can be hard to distinguish the two sometimes, and especially with our modern digital world, it can blend sometimes too. So I just have some thoughts and I wanted to share them. According to Merriam-Webster, the definition of alone is separated from others. So I'm going to use that definition for the rest of the video. We all know what being alone looks like. You're by yourself. I feel like being alone tends to be associated with being bad. Like, you're alone on the playground, you are alone on what is supposed to be a partner assignment in class, you are alone when you go grocery shopping. Like, okay, that last one isn't that bad actually. I feel like being alone can be scary for a lot of people. It's not always fun to like be by yourself, and you know, like, we're humans, we like naturally socialize and like to be part of a group. And so when you're alone, you may feel vulnerable. Like, I know sometimes I do. Everyone has their friends with them, everyone has someone with them. I especially feel this in New York. Like, being alone can be so, like, weird. I love being alone. Is that bad to admit? I love being by myself. Like, I don't feel like I'm the only person that feels like this. It's just fun to be with my thoughts and to go about my day according to my timing and my flow and what I want to do. I think it's so fun. One of my favorite things to do is going to a cafe alone. I love reading or writing or drawing or like working on my computer, editing my video, like doing all of these little things for myself. I love doing that at a really cute cafe that I researched and like looked at pictures on Yelp of and specifically picked out for my pleasure. And there's something so fun about that. Is like choosing to go somewhere for myself because I like it, because it has an aesthetic that I like and it has drinks that I like, and it's just fun. I don't have any problem going and doing that by myself. Or going to a movie. Obviously it's fun going to the movie with your friends, but my friends may not always want to see the same movie that I do, or everyone's busy on a specific day that I want to go see a movie. And so I'll just go by myself. And it is so fun. I think one of the scariest things for people to do alone is to dine at a restaurant. And I've done this. I have gone to a hole-in-the-wall, moderately fancy restaurant, and then like nicer dining restaurant, and like dine by myself, and it is so wonderful. I choose what I want from the menu. I dress up to my dress code for the night. I get to travel by my choice and like leave on my own time, and it is a great experience. And I don't think that's scary because I know that people are like in their own world. I feel like one of the biggest parts of doing things alone is that once you do it that first time, it becomes easier and easier the more you do it. Some of the best things about being alone are that you have a lot more control over how you spend your time. As I've stated, I get to choose where I want to go. I get to choose what I want to do, what time I leave, how I dress, and know that I'm doing all of this for me. And it is so great to be able to carve out time for yourself and to do something you enjoy that no one else told you to do, like you came up with it on your own. It is very fulfilling. And I like getting to know myself and figuring out the things that I like to do. Some of the less pleasant things about being alone may be you feel like people are judging you or watching you, like, oh, like she's at the cafe alone, like she's dining alone, like she must have no friends. And I have had those thoughts before, but again, the more I do it, the less I think about it. And also it's part of like a mindset thing in that like nobody really cares. Nobody cares what you're doing. This is especially emphasized in New York because there are so many people and everyone is on their way to somewhere. Like they don't have time to pay attention and like wonder what you're doing. And I feel like this is probably true in literally any other city, any other town, anywhere. Like people are going about their day and they don't think about you as much as you think. It's just not true. The only times I will like consciously think about other people is when I like something about them. And I don't think people talk about this enough. I feel I need to fix my resting face because I stare at people so hard. It's so bad. But when I see someone with a cool ass outfit, I'm staring. That's the only reason I'm staring. Is me in my head, I'm thinking, how did you even think to put that together? Where did you get those? How much did it cost? Did you thrift it? Is it from a very exclusive store? Did your best friend make it? Like, I am thinking about how cool somebody else is. More often than not. That is what is going on in my head when I like consciously notice or think about other people when I'm out in the world. Being alone can be fun, and I talk highly in favor of it, but in moderation. I don't think there's a specific amount of time that you have to spend alone. I just feel like being alone gives you the chance to like energize part of yourself and like take some time to think about how you want to do something for yourself every once in a while. So I think being alone can be a neutral thing, and it may not always have to be something you have to carve out time for. I feel like it's nice to just go with the flow sometimes. You can plan a date for yourself once a week, or you're going to see a movie with a friend and they cancel last minute. If you really like that movie, go see that movie. You are going to have so much fun seeing something that you want to see. And all I'm saying is like, take a chance on being alone. You might like it more than you think, but within your comfort limit. Let's talk about feeling lonely. According to Merriam-Webster, there's a few definitions. I think I'm gonna go with this one. They define it as sad from being alone. So we're gonna go off of that. Feeling lonely is something I think is more scary. It's not fun to feel lonely, and it's a feeling, so you can't really, you know, help it sometimes. Like, there are things you can try to do to prevent it, but feeling lonely can happen in any situation. I feel like for some people who love to be around people, you're an extrovert, and then all of your friends leave and go home, you may feel lonely. You may feel sad that they're gone and that you guys aren't spending time together at the moment. For other people, it could be living in a city with like hundreds of thousands of people around you and you still feel lonely because everyone has someone, everyone like is walking with their friends or their partner or their parents, family, anyone, and you feel lonely. It can happen in any place. Feeling lonely is something that you have less control over because it's a feeling, and you just may never know when it's gonna hit you. When you feel lonely, you may want to take action. You may want to do something so you don't feel lonely anymore. You feel lonely when you are sitting at home, you're bored, you don't have anything to do, you go online and you like join a chat room, or you go on social media and like comment things, and that is like your social interaction, your fulfillment that you get. Or you're in a big city, you just moved here, not relating this to myself at all, but you like start saying yes to more things. You go try out a class and you actually really like that class, and you start making friends and go every week. I feel like that's the cool part about feeling lonely, is that sometimes it causes you to take action and you don't even think about it. There's also the aspect of the internet, and the internet does a really good job of making you feel lonely. Even on YouTube, like watching some of your favorite YouTubers, seeing like all their cool friends that they have, or all the cool opportunities they get to do, places they get to travel, going on Instagram and seeing all of your friends hanging out together, or literally anything. The internet can make you feel so lonely. The internet can make you feel lonely, but also it can help you when you are feeling lonely. Does that make sense? Like, sure, like, depending on the video, like, you may feel like, oh, like, look at this person with all of their friends and all these things that they get to do, but also there are, like, YouTubers. That's who I grew up with. YouTubers at the same time as celebrities. But the great appeal about YouTubers and online personalities was that they felt relatable. They felt a little bit more tangible than celebrities. And some of them you really connect with. Some of them you really enjoy just watching them for a few minutes. Finding people to connect with online can be something really great and really healthy for a lot of people. Finding your community online can be super helpful. So feeling lonely is not something I feel like people need to actively avoid. Sometimes it just happens. But there are things that you do or that you can do that can help kind of combat feeling lonely. I don't think we should try to avoid feeling lonely, because sometimes it just happens, like you just can't help it. But there are so many things, people, resources that can help you feel less lonely. Or you might find that you like being alone, which is a different thing. In conclusion, I feel like being alone is something that is more physical, in which you are without friends, family with you, you're going out in the world, doing your thing, enjoying your alone time. And it's a physical way to move about the world. Feeling lonely, it's a feeling, it's in the phrase. It's not something that you can always help, but there's always something that you can do to feel better or feel less lonely or combat it completely. I don't think either is completely bad, because being alone, you have so much freedom to do what you want, and you get to choose how much time you want to be alone. Feeling lonely is not something that you can always control, but there's something that you can do about it, whether you consciously take action or not. And there are so many outlets that can help with feeling lonely, whether it's the internet or drawing, writing, doing something creative, going for a run, trying something new. And I don't think these two things are mutually exclusive. I think they can absolutely blend together sometimes. If you're alone, you can feel lonely. But when you're with a group of people, or you're out in a public place partying with all these people, you still can feel lonely. Overall, being alone and feeling lonely can both happen on their own in different situations, but they can also occur simultaneously. And it really just depends on the person. Being alone, highly in favor of. Feeling lonely, not always fun, but there's a way you can respond to it. My biggest tips for doing things alone is, one, just getting over that initial fear and trying it once. The first time is always the scariest, but once you do it, you go to that cafe alone, you can do it easily from then on out. Like it gets easier. Remembering that nobody cares and nobody's paying attention is a really helpful mindset when going out alone, because I get to remember like what I'm going out for. Third thing, dress up in a cute outfit. Who are you dressing for? You only have to dress for yourself. And that is so fun. I love choosing an outfit that makes me happy and that I feel really good in. And I have a reason to wear it. That's fun. 4, cute pictures. Why not? You choose an aesthetic cafe and you take really cool pictures and you get to post them or keep them in a photo album that is just for you. It's fun. It's fun to take pictures. Those are my main things that help me when I go out alone. And obviously, I say this after doing it for years and years, but it just gets easier the more you do things alone. And at some point, doing things alone stops feeling so lonely. And you get to know yourself, and you get to spend time with yourself, and you actually really appreciate all of these little aspects of yourself that you didn't know before, because you carved out time to spend it with yourself. Count how many times I said yourself in this video. That is my take on being alone versus feeling lonely. I haven't done like a true talking video with my thoughts like this before. So if you enjoyed this, let me know. I don't know. This was kind of weird for me, but I kind of liked it. I kind of enjoyed it. If you want me to elaborate on any other points, let me know. If you want me to talk about something else, let me know. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope I'll see you again. If not, I don't control you. You're your own person. Like, comment anything you want, and I'll see you in the next video.